Brought to you by Get Well Yoga. Get back to doing what you love.
You've arrived and have settled in. Can we focus our attention to our breath? Can we focus our attention to our breath as it breathes you? Feel the sensations as you take an inhale or an exhale. You notice how your body is feeling. Notice the play between feeling warm or cool. Can you scan your body? Feeling the sensations of the surface where you're resting your body. Noticing and sensing your breath through your lower body, your upper body. As we move into the first quality of shamatha, which is relaxation, focus on your exhale as you notice your inhalation, and pay attention to your exhalation. Feeling how this exhalation grounds your body. How this exhalation allows you to settle more. Settling more into the lower parts of your body. And as you exhale, notice the quality of this exhalation. Second quality of shamatha, which is attention. Can you notice the quality of being, of your alertness? Vividness. quality of relaxation with the quality of vividness. Enhancing the inhalation and as you inhale, inhale alertness, awakeness, as you inhale, I am here. I am awake. Let's move into the third quality of shamatha, which is balancing relaxation with alertness. Feeling stable. Feel that quality of stability. The balance between relaxation and vividness. Being aware of your attention to the quality of being relaxed, stable, and vivid. Let's rest in silence for another minute or so. See if you can nourish this feeling throughout your body. So you could seal that balance in through the rest of your day or night. As we transition into our yin-yang practice, let's seal it in with a sound of 3 bells. I invite you to slowly open your eyes. We're going to start our practice with yin. Again, for those that have just joined, we'll be working with the principles of yin, which is playing to your edge, stillness, and holding for time. So we're going to hold our 2 yin poses today for 3 minutes each, with the goal of trying to stress our connective tissues so we could strengthen it, which will help you in the long term with flexibility. I invite you to come into all fours. We're going to come into a wide knee child's pose. If you have some sensitivity with your knees, feel free to use a blanket under your knees. And slowly bring your hips or your buttocks to your heels. your chest comes to your thighs, and then widen your knees. The other option would be, again, if that's a little difficult for you this morning, is to lie on your back and bring your hands right to your thighs. Again, we'll be resting here for 3 minutes. I will come into back into a wide-legged child's pose. I invite you to either extend your arms forward. You can also bring a blanket between the back of your thighs so you can sit on that. And let's start. For 3 minutes. Notice how the earth grounds you. Notice the ease of your breath. As we cultivate some qi into our bodies. Let's slowly transition into our next yin practice. And I invite you to lay on the front of your body. If you have some sensitivity with your lower back, feel free to place your blanket right below your hips. And we're going to move into a pose called the Sphinx Pose. So please relax onto your forearms. Soft gaze. Relax your neck. Feel free to prop your forearms if you want more comfort. If you'd like to focus on your breath, again, feel the smoothness of your breathing. If your shoulders feel a little uncomfortable, just feel free to push up slightly higher. Relax into the shoulders as you push up. Let's transition back into a seated posture. Very slowly and mindfully. Feel free to move your feet to the right and to the left, just feeling that energy cultivate into our bodies. Moving into a windshield wiper position, just again to loosen up your lower back. And let's slowly transition into a standing position. Move into Tadasana, which is mountain pose. Just feel the feet resting onto the earth, feeling it rooted down onto the earth. The length of, feel the vertebrae long, your shoulders relaxed. Lifting up to the crown of your head. As we inhale, let's slowly move our arms to our side. Your left palm faces up as your right palm faces down. Yin Yang. Your left palm is rising up to the sky. Yang. And your palm faces the earth. Yin. See if we just cultivate some balance and harmony. Harmony being the optimum. Let's reverse that again. Your right palm comes up and your left palm comes down. Further cultivating that yin and yang. Focusing on the inhalation and the exhalation. Now let's sweep our arms. Bring your feet just slightly apart so your legs are a little bit further apart from your hips. And sweep our arms forward in front of you and let it cross. As we raise our arms to the sky, circling that, arms are to your side. Bring your right arm up for a lateral stretch to your left. Let's take that right arm back to your side and lift the left arm for a lateral stretch to your right. From here, let's take both arms and circle them forward as if you're hugging a tree. And then let's swim with the arms. Come back down, fold forward. Let's bring our arms and cross it in front of us as we lift from earth to heaven. Bring both arms to our side. Let's come back to a lateral stretch to our left. Let's take our right arm and come up to our left. Our next in-breath, let's come forward. Our next out-breath, let's take a lateral stretch to the right. Bring both arms forward as if you're hugging a tree. And let's bring those both arms forward as if we're swimming. And fold forward, bending your knees, circling the arms in front of you. Back up to the heavens. Let's do one more lateral stretch to the left. Take those arms to your right. Bring them both forward. Let's hug your favorite tree. And let's swim. Swim down to the ocean. Sweep the arms, cross it in front of you. As you bring your hands to your heart. Thank you for practicing with me. And we'll transition into John's practice. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah. Thanks everyone for joining us as we come into a Yin Yang Flow today. It's interesting, the light is almost Yin Yang today. I'm half in shade and half in light. So very symbolic of our Yin Yang symbol. Just move a few props out of the way here. Just begin to shake. So we're just beginning to shake and move the entire circulation through the body. The chi, or the prana, we call it in yoga, life force, life energy. Just shaking. Knees bending deeply, elbows relaxed. Find that sense of relaxation. Really important in our Qigong to find that sense of relaxation through the practice. Slowly beginning to swim backwards, moving the arms. So you're doing the breaststroke, or the backstroke, I should say. And see if you can bring the hips along for the ride as well. Moving like water. That's a symbol of yin. It's got a very powerful element to it, water as well. Effortless power. See if you can move the hips and shoulders, the largest joints in our body, the ball and socket joint of the shoulders and hips. Should feel pretty good, huh? And then the opposite direction. Even perhaps moving the neck if that feels good in the body today as well. Remember to bring the hips along as well. Or isolating the movement to the shoulders and hips and keeping the head fairly still. So come into practice for the neck and shoulders, a nice neck and shoulder stretch. I invite you to take, I'll mirror you, the right hand behind the lower back as a reference point, just to get a sense of lengthening through the tailbone as we inhale, taking the hand now, the left hand to right ear. Inhale and draw the heart up to the heavens as the head sits back in the hand. And imagine that the palm in the back of the head is lengthening out through the crown of the head, helping lengthen through the spine. Nice standing spinal twist. And the hand at the lower back, feel it firmly into the tailbone as a reference point for this sense of lengthening through the tailbone down to the earth, out through the crown of the head. As we inhale back to the midline, moving gracefully to the other side, head sits in the back of the hand. As we lengthen out through the crown of the head, feel a lengthening through the front body, through the side body. And there's an important lung point here that we're opening as well. We're keeping this area open. So notice if the shoulder is forward. See if you can draw that shoulder back and open that meridian, the lung point meridian. As we move gracefully back to the midline, moving to the other side, back of the hand comes to the lower back. Inhaling up. Again, releasing that shoulder down, the left shoulder in your case, I'm mirroring you, opening that lung point. Keeping a nice length through the crown of the head. Hand firmly into the tailbone, lengthening down to the earth. Think about even releasing energy down into the earth. And then up through the crown of the head as the head rests in the back of the hand or into the palm of the hand. Lengthen out through the crown of the head. Inhaling back to the midline as the hands come up in a clearing gesture. Taking the feet, walking them out a little bit wider than hip width, shoulder width apart. as we travel along the top of the arm, pressing firmly out to the fingertips. Inhaling along the inside of the arm, firmly pressing into the lung point. Opposite hand extends as we travel along the top of the arm out towards the fingers, and perhaps the hand isn't quite reaching the fingertips today, that's fine too. Just doing the best with what you have today. Pressing firmly down the outside of the leg. Inhaling, gathering energy along the inside to the belly, the lower dantian. Exhaling as we come down the opposite leg. Pressing firmly, gathering energy, coming back to the lung point, pressing firmly through the lung point, extending the right arm, traveling perhaps a little further across that arm, and then pressing firmly on the inside. Inhaling, exhaling. Nourishing breath through the tip of the nose, exhaling as we press firmly down the outside of the leg. Inhaling, gathering energy, pressing firmly into the Agni, the lower dantian. Moving with the rhythm of your breath. We could be moving at different times based on your breath. Let the breath guide the practice. Inhaling, nourishing breath, chest gets bigger, heart gets bigger. Exhaling, perhaps going a little further with the stretch. Fabulous exercise here for all the muscles and ligaments. The fascia gets lengthened here. Interestingly enough, the fascia holds the most amount of nerve endings in the body. This layer that goes from tongue to toe, one sheath of fascia holding most of our nerve endings. So when we're feeling, we're actually feeling in the fascia. So we lengthen. Think about lengthening down through the side, releasing trapped and stagnant energy. Inhaling, gathering that yang energy, that sense of vitality. One more time. Perhaps going a little further, firmly pressing into the lung point, across the top of the arm. Inhaling, pressing firmly on the inside of the arm, and then both hands firmly press down the outside of the leg. Inhaling back to the belly. Beautiful. Both hands come up in a clearing gesture. We look up, and then the hands glide down about an inch down through the midline, just releasing that last movement. Hands come to the chest. Mat wants to travel. Exhaling, hands come forward. And I'll face this way so you get a better sense of the movement. Think of the spine getting longer here too. This sense of lengthening up through the spine. As we draw the hands back in, the chest gets bigger, the heart gets bigger. Exhaling, arms come forward. Hands now come to the shoulder heads and we extend out to the sides. Palms face out. Hands come back forward. Palms face up at the chest. Imagine that you're holding the earth today, needs some help, and we're emphasizing this meridian along the inside of the arm here and across the chest. So we're setting our gaze right between the fingers and the hands are relaxed, knees slightly bent. Come back to that sense of relaxation, but we're also developing strength here. When we hold, we activate the slow twitch muscle response. So this is excellent for developing strength in the bones, in the muscles. We're just holding a single point of focus. We're also really gathering a sense of focus and concentration. So we set our gaze perhaps between the fingers. Back to the front, the hands extend forward. Last one. As we take the hands together and begin to make a figure eight, imagine drawing or tracing the outline of a figure eight with the fingers extended. As we slowly come up towards the belly, the arms are fairly straight, and we bend at the elbows as the hands come up, and we grow long through the spine as we spiral upwards. Heels perhaps raised, and we're slowly taking the hands back down in front of the face, in front of the throat, in front of the heart, and the hands then face down. And we're going to take the hands out to the left. I'll mirror you. They sweep over to the right, and we get a nice side opener here and lengthening through the front body. We begin our action once more to spiral the arms down, swimming dragon. We draw inspiration from the animal kingdom and our spiritual animals. Relax the hips, shoulders as the hands and arms come up to about belly height in front of the chest. And then slowly spiral upwards as we perhaps grow long. The heels off the earth if that's accessible for you today. Otherwise, keep the feet on the earth. That's a fine pose too. The hands slowly come down in front of the face. Feel the fingers together. In front of the throat where we speak our truth. In front of the heart, we hold our compassion. Then the hands come to the other side as we inhale, taking a nourishing breath in through the tip of the nose and grow long through the front and side body. Begin the movement once more, spiraling the arms down in front of the throat, chest, belly, down towards the earth, drawing that large figure eight, the outline of the figure eight. Swimming dragon. As we spiral up, perhaps the heels raise. Slowly back down. Hands come to the left and then sweep over to the right, and we lengthen through the side body, through the front body. Little back bend perhaps, but try not to dump into the lower back. Keep long out through the crown of the head and keep rooting into the earth. Facing forward, slowly begin to make the motion of the two arms swimming down. And then coming up slowly. Relax that sense of relaxation. Spiraling up. Heels raised perhaps. Hands come slowly back down the midline, about an inch or two apart, just releasing that last gesture. As we move into Warrior Two, extend the arms and just check the back arm. Just notice where the back arm is. There's a tendency for that arm to want to wander down or back. We're going to low lunge. Now feel free to adjust your lunge here. If you're finding any hip pain today, just make the stance a little shorter. But we're a little bit wider here in our stance, so rather than heel to arch, we're a little bit wider, almost as wide as the mat even, just for a sense of stability here. Then make a firm fist. Make a firm fist down, make a firm fist up. Spread fingers wide, eagle claw, exhale, and then release into the posture. Notice what's happening with the front leg. Perhaps adjust it so that the knee is not diving too far forward, the knee's not diving in or out. That we have some symmetry and alignment there with knee and foot. Then set your gaze right over the extended middle finger, fingers together, and relax the shoulders away from the ears. Strong, straight back leg. Feel the foot into the earth. And then coming into reverse warrior, keeping the front leg bent. Front arm extends up to the heavens. Coming back down into warrior two, make a firm fist down, firm fist up, spread fingers wide, eagle claw, and then release the shoulders away from the ears and relax. Moving with grace to the other side as we take the opposite foot forward. Straighten back leg. Feel it, the sole of the foot, an energy gateway into the earth. And I'll come back a little bit just so you get a sense of the posture. Front leg is bent. Check in perhaps with the back arm, fully extended, back behind us. Make a firm fist down. Inhale and hold. Firm fist up. Exhale and release. Let's try that one more time. Checking in with the front knee, just check your alignment. Is a knee aligned with foot, knee aligned with ankle. And again, narrow that stance if there's any hip pain today. Just make the stance shorter, bring the back leg towards the front leg. Firm fist down, firm fist up, eagle claw, and then release the shoulders away from the ears. Grow long out through the torso, out through the front and back torso, the yin side of the body, and the yang side of the body, where we hold our vitality in the back body. And we're also lengthening through the side here. And the torso is in between the legs. There's a tendency to want to come forward or perhaps even lean back. See if you can center the torso between the legs. Find that sense of ease. Then extending the front arm and hand up to the heavens. The back hand reaches down towards the earth in reverse warrior. Beautiful. Both hands come up in a clearing gesture. Releasing that last movement. As we come into a deep back bend, see if you can avoid dumping into the lower back and then coming forward. Nourishing breath, chest gets bigger, and avoid dumping into the back by lengthening out through the crown of the head and engaging the abdominals and growing long through the front body. Exhaling, coming forward. One more time. Wonderful. Both hands come up in a clearing gesture once more. As we begin to slow down and prepare for the rest of the day or the evening, if you're back in the States, if everyone's traveling safe, doing their part to keep this thing at bay, we come into smoothing the energy around us. And we're smoothing the energy within us. So in this case, I'll mirror you. The right hand stays up at shoulder height, thumb to middle finger. The left hand comes down through the midline. Think about the extending out through the palm, releasing trapped and stagnant energy. Thumb to middle finger. Left arm stays at shoulder height as the right arm travels down through the midline. If you get lost, just come back to perhaps one arm, and I'll face this way so you get a better sense of the movement. Both hands come up in a clearing gesture down through the midline. Inhaling, hands come up. Exhaling, palms come down. Let's try that one more time. As we inhale, I invite you to raise the heels as the palms travel up towards the shoulder heads. Exhaling, placing the feet back down to earth. Spread toes wide. Feel the air between the webbing of the toes as the hands slowly come back down. Then placing both feet, the widespread toes on the earth as we just focus on a clearing gesture. Slowing down, lengthen, deepen, slow down the breath. And seal in that essence of the practice, all the sensations of the practice, seal that in. Hands come to the heart. As we thank ourselves for taking this journey to nourish the mind and body, hands come up to the Ming Tong, the space just above the eyes. We seal in our intention, the essence of our practice. Really, it's our actions that drive us. So well done for coming today. Thank yourselves for taking this action, for nourishing the mind and body, and all those that support our practice. Namaste. Thanks very much for joining us all today.